Hello everybody, thank you very much for joining me today for another Twilight Zone video in my Twilight Zone ranking series where I rank every episode of the original Twilight Zone from my least favorite to my favorite. Today I'm going to be talking about number 106 on the list, Escape Clause, written by Rod Serling and directed by Mitchell Leisen. This is a season 1 episode of the show, and as always there will be episode spoilers. So Escape Clause is a mostly entertaining episode that has a very weird tone and an okay ending for me. So this one's about a hypochondriac who basically sells his soul to gain some immortality, but of course things don't go the way he thinks they will. So David Wayne is good in the lead. His character's name is Walter. He was always a solid actor, and he does a pretty good job here. Thomas Gomez, who was also in the last episode I talked about, Dust, gives another standout performance as Cadwallader, I believe his name is, and he's also good in the episode. So this one basically has a man named Walter and starts out where he's in bed and he's basically afraid of everything. He's afraid of being sick. He's afraid of passing out. He thinks everyone's out to get him. He argues with the doctor. He's just a crabby person in general. There's also got a wife in the episode who's very concerned about him, although he doesn't seem to be as concerned about her, honestly. So eventually, this guy's not too happy, Walter, and this character named Cadwallader just kind of appears and offers Walter immortality, but he'll have to exchange his soul to get it. So after they talk some more, Walter, for some reason, thinks this is a good idea. He's definitely not what I would call the smartest Twilight Zone character, but I guess that's part of the fun of the episode. It's kind of amusing. So once Walter makes this deal, he decides he's going to do some interesting things, like at least they're interesting to him, like jump in front of trains and other stunts. He's going to collect money for these so-called accidents, even though he caused them himself, which I didn't really totally understand how that worked. Like, he did these things, but I guess you just gotta kind of go along with it. But then, of course, this guy gets bored because nothing can really hurt him or affect him. So eventually he tries to poison himself, but that doesn't work either. His wife gets basically more and more concerned. At one point, he tells her that she's a potato pancake, and I'm not kidding. This really happens. Then he says he's going to jump off the roof because maybe that'll give him some excitement. But when she tries to reason with him more, she falls off the roof. So Walter basically gets this idea, he's not too upset about it, that he's going to call and admit that he did this, with the thought process being that maybe he'll get the electric chair and he can experience that. Now, the part of this I never understood is why does he think this will give him a thrill when none of the other stunts he pulled did? But again, you just have to kind of go with things in this episode. So then things kind of get predictable from here. So, of course, Walter goes to court and his lawyer gets him life in prison instead of him getting the electric chair. So now basically, because Walter's immortal, he's stuck, I guess, like forever in prison, basically. So he calls back Cadwallader, uses his escape clause, like the title of the episode, and just kind of falls over, and he's a goner, and Cadwallader, I guess, got the last laugh after all. So this is a very straightforward episode. Like, the message here is okay, but the episode does have kind of an odd tone. It can't really decide if it's comedy or drama. Parts of it feel a little campy. Other scenes are kind of dark and serious, and that didn't totally work for me. Also, the ending's very abrupt and predictable and felt a bit rushed, but it does fit with the themes of the episode, and his character does kind of get what's coming to him. So the ending was okay. I just thought maybe a bit more could have been done here. But overall, this is a solid, just kind of fast-paced, entertaining episode of the Twilight Zone, but it doesn't have the most substance in the world, in my opinion. So that's why Escape Clause comes in at number 106 on the list. As always, feel free to leave me a comment on Escape Clause if you like this episode or not. Thanks for your support, and thanks for watching.